Thank you. Good afternoon. Let's see. There we go. My name is Janet Anderson. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Lapetus Solutions, and I will figure out where this is going there. Great. I just want to thank Plug and Play for having something like this and for you to include us into the selection group. We're very excited to be part of this with all of these terrific startups and companies. And I was in the insurance industry for about 23 years, and I just recall innovation was when we changed the color of the claim form, and that was huge. That was a long time ago. But I'm thrilled to figure out how this thing is going to work. Where am I putting? This one? Ah, there we go. That's a new level of innovation. So what do? Well, we have built a variety of tools that are based on decades of science, studies, research, and sadly, innovation, which is frightening. The two areas of scientific studies and research that we employ in the tools we've built include life sciences and sensory analytics. So let me tell you a little bit about what this means. Before I do, there was a recent article in the Insurance Thought Leadership that I thought really summed up the direction of the industry, talking about the shift of, instead of using internal data, using more external data and contextual information. This is really interesting because this seems to be the way things are going. People are realizing there's other ways to assess risk. But as carriers are looking for innovation and new ways to assess risk, you also need to make sure that those decisions will continue to have the same level of confidence that you have today with some of the tried and true historical elements that you're using. So I want to share with you some of the tools that we've built to help guide you through those particular innovative elements. Did you see all of that? First of all, with just a selfie, we're able to assess whether or not someone has incidents of smoking, their BMI, and estimated age and gender. When you add to that a few questions, we're able to calculate life expectancy as well as a healthy life expectancy, all in just a matter of seconds. We've recently added another module that allows us to incorporate information from wearable device into the calculation of life expectancy and healthy life expectancy calculations, while also having the ability to provide some insight to the consumer what those numbers mean and how they might make some changes to their lifestyle to improve their healthy living. We built an age progression tool. Now you might wonder, why in the world would we build an age progression tool? But there's a lot of studies out that indicate that when somebody sees what they look like when they're older, they have a really different impact on how they're going to be saving for retirement or even considering the future. As somebody earlier said, you can't really have a discussion about innovation without mentioning millennials. Well, this sounds like something a millennial might want to do as they're looking in the future. So the tools that we've built are really there to help companies like yourselves transition and incorporate innovation into what your processes are and potentially get rid of some of them and replace them with something new. Now, our tools can be used independently or together to form a customized, unique platform. So say, for example, you have a straight-through underwriting process. Several carriers are thinking they might want some additional insight to determine BMI accuracy or smoking validation. Or perhaps you're looking at building a new platform for a D2C experience, and you want to combine some interesting ways to do underwriting quickly, as well as provide an easy engagement platform for the consumer. We're very excited about a new program that we're going to be launching later this year called BLISS, Better Life and Income Scoring System. You could call it a retirement planning tool, but it provides an overall score that gives some insight into the intersection on someone's health and wellness, and also some advice on what they might want to do differently in their lives. So imagine your client is on your website and answering the questions that we have developed in our tools, uploading a selfie, looking to see what they might look like in the future, finding out what their life expectancy is, finding out what their healthy life expectancy is, uploading their wearable data, and at the end getting a score, as well as some advice on what they might want to do with that score. And what if, at the end of that conversation, they also were offered a customized product that you would be able to develop, because now you not only know where they are, but where they want to go. And also, perhaps, they would already be approved for that product. Make it simple, painless, and easy for them. And also, this could be a platform that you not only have to engage a consumer, but also re-engage a consumer, which is what we're hearing from a lot of carriers. I'm excited to say, since I was out here before, we finished our first paid pilot with a global insurance carrier. We're scoping out about 5 different paid pilots with other carriers, and I look forward to speaking with you to see how we might be able to work with you to solve some of your tools, problems, and solutions in the future. Thank you. Questions? We have one completed pilot, and we're scoping out some others.
Do you have any data on adoption? I assume it was the platform was utilized by their customer base or a segment of their customer base.
Actually, this particular pilot was with a carrier that wanted to try engaging millennials in a conversation about the future, and they utilized our age progression tool. So that particular pilot, we had a targeted number of 1,000 people to do the age progression. The carrier thought it would take about a month to get that. It took 2.5 days. Great.
All right, thank you.